Hello everyone. Hope you all are safe at your home and doing your regular studies as well as enjoying these days with your family members. Now let us study about the central nervous system. You know very well central nervous system is asked in place of question number 4 where there are four options A, B, C, D, out of which probably at the place of D or B they may ask question on central nervous system, which is usually asked for 10 marks. So let us begin with central nervous system. You know very well nervous system control all the activities of the body. There are other system also which are controlling the activities of body, like endocrine system, which already we have studied. But nervous system is very important controlling system because it is quicker than other controlling system. That's why it is important. Nervous system is divided into two parts: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system include brain and spinal cord. Central nervous system include brain and spinal cord. Central nervous system is formed by the neurons and supporting cells, and those supporting cells are called as neuroglia. Structure of brain and spinal cord. As you know, central nervous system include brain and spinal cord. This brain and spinal cord arranged in two layers, namely gray matter and white matter. Gray matter is formed by nerve cell bodies and proximal part of nerve fibers which arising from the nerve cell body, whereas white matter is formed by remaining parts of nerve fibers. Mind well what I have told you right now. This brain and spinal cord या दोन लेयर्स मध्ये अरेंज असतं, एक ग्रे मॅटर आणि एक व्हाईट मॅटर. ग्रे मॅटर जे आहे ते नर्व सेल बॉडीज आणि नर्व फायबर्स पासून बनलेलं असतं, आणि व्हाईट मॅटर जे आहे इट्स फॉर्म बाय द रिमेनिंग पार्ट्स ऑफ द nerve fibers. In brain, white matter is placed in the inner part and gray matter is placed in outer part. Whereas in spinal cord, white matter is in the outer part and gray matter is in the inner part. You know very well, brain is situated in the skull and this get continued as a spinal cord in the vertebral column, which goes through the the foramen magnum of the skull bone. In the skull bone there is an opening called as a foramen magnum where brain get continued as a spinal cord through this foramen magnum. Brain and spinal cord are surrounded by three layers. These all together, brain and spinal cord are surrounded by three layers, what we call as the meninges. Brain and spinal cord are arranged in the layers called as the gray matter and white matter, whereas brain and spinal cord are surrounded by three layers, and those are called as the meninges. And those meninges are outer dura mater, middle arachnoid, and inner pia mater. Space between the arachnoid matter and the pia mater is called as a subarachnoid space, and this space is filled with the fluid called as CSF or cerebrospinal fluid. Now you can see this diagram. You can see this is a diagram. This diagram is indicating the parts of central nervous system, which include the brain and spinal cord. So this is diagram which is indicating parts of brain and spinal cord. One by one we will study about the brain as well as spinal cord. Now parts of brain: prosencephalon, mesencephalon, and rhombencephalon. These are the three parts of the brain. Prosencephalon is otherwise known as forebrain. So popularly you might be knowing about the forebrain, and forebrain is nothing but the prosencephalon. It is further divided into two parts. Forebrain is further divided into two parts: telecephalon and diencephalon. Telecephalon, which include cerebral hemisphere, basal ganglia, hippocampus, and amygdaloid nucleus. Mind well and remember, telecephalon is a part of prosencephalon or forebrain, and telecephalon include cerebral hemisphere, basal ganglia, hippocampus, and amygdaloid nucleus. Whereas diencephalon consists of thalamus, hypothalamus, metathalamus, and subthalamus. This is how prosencephalon is divided into telecephalon and diencephalon. Telecephalon is having a cerebral hemisphere, basal ganglia, hippocampus, and amygdaloid nucleus, whereas diencephalon having the mainly hypothalamus, thalamus, metathalamus, and subthalamus. Depending upon its location, the names were given. Now, second is mesencephalon. Mesencephalon is also known as midbrain. Then comes the rhombencephalon. Rhombencephalon is known as hindbrain. So till now we have said about the forebrain, midbrain, and now we are talking about the hindbrain. Hindbrain is subdivided into metencephalon and myelencephalon. Metencephalon is formed by the pons and cerebellum, whereas myelencephalon or medulla oblongata are together called as the brain stem. Mind well, remember this: myelencephalon or medulla oblongata are together called as the brain stem. So brain stem, pons, and cerebellum are the part of hindbrain. So we have talked about the forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Okay. Now comes to the second part of central nervous system is peripheral nervous system. Second part of nervous system is peripheral nervous system. Nervous system include two: central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, where we have studied that central nervous system include brain and spinal cord, whereas now we are studying about the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is formed by neurons and their processes. Peripheral nervous system is formed by neurons and their processes present in all the regions of the body. It consists of cranial nerves which arise from the spinal cord. It is again divided into two subdivisions. Peripheral nervous system is again divided into two subdivisions: somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system is concerned with somatic functions. It includes nerves supplying the skeletal muscles. Somatic nervous system concerned with somatic functions, which include nerves supplying skeletal muscles. Somatic nervous system is responsible. Remember this: somatic nervous system is a part of peripheral nervous system and is concerned or is responsible for muscular activities and movements of the body. It's concerned with, underline these sentences, it concerned with muscular activities and movements of body, that is somatic nervous system. Whereas another part of the peripheral nervous system is autonomic nervous system, and this autonomic nervous system is concerned with regulation of visceral or vegetative function. So it is also known as involuntary nervous system. So autonomic nervous system, otherwise known as involuntary nervous system, which is not in the control of human being. It goes automatically. You cannot control that like a somatic nervous system, where we have studied is responsible for muscular activities and the movements of body which you can control, whereas the autonomic nervous system activities you cannot control. So autonomic nervous system consists of two divisions, sympathetic and parasympathetic. So autonomic nervous system include two divisions, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Thank you. So hope you understood what we have discussed about the central nervous system, which include brain and spinal cord. We have talked about the structures of brain and spinal cord arranged in two layers, that is gray matter and white matter. We have talked about the gray matter is formed by the nerve fibers, nerve cell body, and remaining parts of it form the white matter. We have discussed in brain, white matter is present in the inner part and gray matter is present in the outer part, whereas in spinal cord, white matter is in the outer part and gray matter is in the inner part. We have discussed that brain and spinal cord surrounded by the layers called as the meninges, that is outer dura mater, middle arachnoid matter and inner pia mater. We have discussed about the subarachnoid space, which is get filled with the CSF. We have discussed about the parts of the brain, that is the forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain, which is also known as prosencephalon, then mesencephalon and rhombencephalon. We have discussed about the peripheral nervous system, which includes somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system concerned with the muscular activities and movements of the body, whereas autonomic system is concerned with the visceral functions, organs function, and it is involuntary nervous system. And autonomic nervous system consists of two divisions, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Thank you very much.